Good morning, everyone. Day 25. 25 days on the trail, plus 2 zeros. Just came through a tunnel of rhododendron. Just left the shelter about 5 minutes ago. It was cold last night. Got down below freezing. There was a moment of snow around 10 o'clock. Not much, just more like, I don't know, water vapor crystallized for a moment. It's about 34 degrees now, pretty cold. Feels colder. So, our goal today is not the next shelter, or is the next shelter, which is about a little under 9 miles. We're not up to 15 to the second shelter. And then the Smokies, as I mentioned, you're only allowed to camp at the shelters. So it's not like we could push further. So we're limited by that rule as to where we can stay and how far we can push. So we're walking a ridge line for the most part, and that's what the trail in the Smokies is. They get you up to the ridge and you walk the ridge line. Look, I'm going to shut down here. Sorry I had to shut off like that. Came across some trail runners. These 5 guys. They started at Davenport Gap and they're running through the Smokies. They had no sleep gear, just water and what they're wearing, and they're running constantly. Davenport Gap is like 50 miles from here. So I asked them, they're running at night. They just run, then they take a break. They run, they take a break. They must be living on snacks. Holy cow. I can't even imagine that. So they're going to do the Smokies, which is what, 80 miles? I think they were at Davenport Gap, they said, from yesterday. Did they say yesterday or the day before? Either way, an impressive feat. I can't imagine. I'm wishing for 15s. Okay. Well, here's a trail for the morning. It's been uphill. Not too bad. As you can see, I'm making good speed. The trail gets steeper, of course, I'll slow down. Told you we had a bit of snow last night. Just a touch. Still on a climb. Beeches still have their leaves. All the trees have a little bit of frost or snow on them up there on the ridge and in front of that mountain. What a beautiful view. Oh, why do I suspect I have to go up there and hike it? Generally, anytime we see a huge mountain and we wonder if we have to go over it, we have to go over it. All right, onward.
What was the botanist's name?
Bruce. Stopped for a break and ran across this stuff. I don't know if it's some sort of ground pine or what. So if you guys have any idea what this is, put it in the comments. Interesting. Looks like it might be flowering right there. Interesting stuff. Oh, the new friends you meet. See that? Yep. This looks like it might have been an old bald at one time, but it's getting overgrown. Interesting. Some laurels. Pretty thick hair. Amazing. It's great being in nature. All the frost on the trees. And there's more behind me. Have a good hike. Thank you. Oh, magnification here. How beautiful. Get views like this, you don't regret the hard work on the trail. Looks like Fontana Lake down here. Can't really see it. Oh, there it is. All right, onward. Derrick Knob's Shelter is our intended stop today. So we'll see where that goes and whether we go further. Oh, what's it say?
It's elevation 4,950 above sea level. The geological fault.
Glistening in the sunlight with all the ice on it. That's pretty cool. Looks like it was hoarfrost that solidified or it just kept catching. We're gonna get it here. Oh, it's hoarfrost, but it like solidified in between all the crystals. All right, we gotta climb to Rocky Top or Rocky Mountain, whatever it is. Rocky Top, I think.
That whole flat area way over there.
No one should be whistling if they're going uphill.
He's a machine. He don't get tired. He don't get tired at all. I'm holding him back.
I love the
He'd probably
shadows.
he'd probably be the main in about 2 months.
I love the shadows on the mountains from the clouds.
Yeah, it's cool. Yesterday the sun was doing that.
All right, onward and upward. There's a view from Rocky Top. You're fine.
Oh, cool.
Spring approach. And we'll be finishing.
I get the approach.
Did you? That was a nasty little
The stairs.
stairs kill you.
I did them a few years ago just because I was in Georgia for some stuff. And I'm gonna check out
After you did the trail?
Yeah, just a little bit.
So you got them all in.
There we go this side. So
Wasn't part of the Thru-hike,
Wow.
but you got it in, right?
I got it in a couple years later. You guys are
And what did they give you for your Thru-hike? Anything?
get a little certificate.
that's the view from where we came.
I'll just do it 6 years.
They give you a little patch too.
Came
So
over.
they give you a little AT patch, and then they just got a little bottom.
Going a little farther than I thought I was going.
2,000
club, right?
2,000 miler.
2,000 miles.
You could probably buy the patch too.
Probably.
Buy the patch and put it with other stuff. I've got a big thing on the wall.
Yeah.
The year I did each section.
Just left Rocky Top and came across this little bald here. Very nice. Well, this one seems to be getting overgrown. It's about 11:30. We're trying to make it to Thunderhead Mountain for lunch. Toughest part is dealing with all the temperature changes. Take my fleece hoodie on and off 2 or 3 times already. So, getting hard to hike at the right temperature. Ice on the trees and bushes. It's pretty, very pretty. Tiffany's. Mother Nature, the ultimate maker of fine crystals. I'm going to sign out and get to hiking. Wait a minute, let me show you all these frozen bushes first. And the Queen's Anne lace. Who can beat that? Lunch today, tuna fish with mayo on a tortilla, and I'll probably have a candy bar with it, some peanuts, and that'll be it. Got to get the protein in. tonight for dinner, looks like it's going to be ramen noodles. And I'll have to figure out what I'm going to have with it. Maybe I'll throw some beef jerky in it. Oh no, I still have some Southwest style chicken. So that's what I'll have. This gnarly old birch. Almost looks like a wave. At least until the branches they go up, show up. Pretty cool. And there's that trunk was normal. It almost looks like a wave crashing. Alright. Been hitting some up and downs. I believe we're heading down to Starkey Gap. Best I can figure. And then it's an uphill climb to Derrick's Knob, where the shelter is. Haven't filmed much other than the views, because a lot of the trail's been up. When I hit the downs, I pick up the pace to make up for the slow ups. Unfortunately, there aren't a lot of clear views along the trail until you hit those balds. Maybe you can see through the trees. Oh, another up. Starkey Gap must be on the other side. I'll get back with you in the next video. Ooh, look at this mud I gotta traipse through. Alright, catch you later. This little rock outcrop along the trail here. Some interesting moss growth. There was a time I knew about 80 species of moss. Those days are long gone in the past. Those are. I think we're coming down to Starkey's Gap. No, I mean it this time. You never know, there's always another nub to go over. So, thinking about how many miles we've done. We're roughly 185, 187. Oh, here's some more of these. I don't know what they are. So I get to thinking, I'm only 1/12 of the way done. I have to do this, what we've done so far, 11 more times. Guess I'm getting a little thinking about why I'm doing it. I know why I'm doing it. It's always been a lifelong goal. Of course, when I thought about doing it originally, I was 13 or 14, heavily into camping with the Boy Scouts. And I loved camping. And while I still love camping and hiking, it doesn't come as easy as it used to. physical aspect is rather challenging. Alright, I got people here in the gap. So I'm going to sign off. We'll continue this conversation another time. Alright. And Sugar Tree Gap, elevation 4435. And we've got one more up. We got it up, then it levels off, then goes up a little more, and then comes down to the shelter in 1.1 miles. So hopefully it's a gradual climb. The nice old birch over here. Yellow birch. This baby. Been seeing quite a few nice ones here. Seeing a lot of beech nuts we found. Alright. Get to climbing. And I'm not going to rest till I get to the top. We definitely have to go past those beeches, the American beeches, that still have their leaves on. The ones with those light brown tan leaves, those are American beeches. Their leaves are very persistent. They leave a spiny cased nut that deer love. And I'm off. There's a big old maple for you. Can't tell you what kind. I don't think it's a red. I don't think it's a sugar, although the bark has some similarities to sugar maple, but usually when they get this big up in New York, the bark comes off in a kind of a flake, sideways flake. So this is either a slightly different bark of a sugar maple or a southern equivalent of sugar maple. Bruce was saying something about there being a southern sugar maple. So something I'll have to look into. There you can see the opposite branching. Here's the branch, and the side twigs come out on opposite each other. That one's missing one. So, opposite branching means it's a maple, ash, dogwood. Alright, mad cap was for Caprifoliaceae, the family scientific name for the viburnums, which are shrubs, so they don't get that big, 10, 20 feet tall tops. And horse chestnut. So, easy way to narrow them down, if you remember, madcap horse. There's another big old yellow birch. Gotta be 1.5 feet. Beautiful tree. A lot of big birches here. Well, a lot of 1-footers and plus. Alright, this is a little level stretch. We should have one more couple 100 foot up, then down the other side to the shelter. I will bring you along when we get to the shelter. Just about all these trees on this flat area are birches, and some beeches. This one right in front of us here, that's American Beech. Vegas grandifolia. The yellow birch is Betula alleghaniensis. Remember, yellow birches have that wintergreen smell. Not sure what that is. I think it's an oak. There's that little stand right there. Our beaches. And time to get moving. Derrick's Knob Shelter and 190 miles. Incredible. Nice shelter. The people up front. I'm just trying to get a picture of that. Sorry, too many people scattered about. Spring. Way down there. Sorry, way down there. I'll get this some more if I can. Derrick's Knob Shelter. My setup, Sue's setup. Fireplace. Cook table. 190. Actually 189.8 or 9. Well, close enough. A lot of work performed here, building these things. Two tiers. Translucent roof panels. Keep it light in here for the most part. Pretty good stuff. These to hang your pack. Oh.
Yeah, the one that had 504 is 5,040 something feet. 504 is the
Water is down there about 50, 60 yards down a steep hill.